here's the scene. This is Kevin Gostola here with the Dissenter, and I'm reporting from Occupy Wall Street. The march is headed to Times Square. I guess first off, I should tell you that I'm on the west side of the street. The march that is headed down the street is on the east side. But here's why I'm on the west side. Because earlier, the police told people that they needed to get off of the west side if they were protesting, and they needed to all march on one side of the street. That's why you can see everyone bunched over there, walking past. The head of the march is almost as far as 30th Street, marching down 6th Avenue. Following along are NYPD vans and some of them big, a couple buses. I saw an NYPD bus, and they're headed to Times Square. This is the march. It took off from Washington Square earlier, and the march is, I'm getting a report from a reliable source, Ryan Devereaux of Democracy Now!, saying that he's got word that there are a bunch of barricades at the end of Times Square, and that this march could be headed to another location. You can see there's a lot of pedestrian traffic on the side, and that one of the key challenges that the NYPD has had is keeping the crowd moving and keeping traffic flowing, and some people getting upset, but you know, if Wall Street criminals were actually prosecuted, and if people were not rigging the system, if the two parties weren't rigging the system so that the richest 1% could take from the poor and working class, then we wouldn't have this problem. I don't think that there would be 2,000 to 3,000 maybe citizens out here right now and marching to Times Square, where Times Square has a history of being a site where lots of barricades are just put up and everyone is penned in, and I expect that to happen. What I don't know is if people will feel empowered enough to turn and try to create a situation where they jump the barricade, where they try to take a part of Times Square that they might not be allowed to take. You've got people on the west side here, and we're asking people out the east to run across the street. And actually, to be honest, there isn't much that the NYPD could do. If this whole east side just all of a sudden decided to run this way, they could grab a few, they could beat down a few, but for the most part, everyone would make it onto the streets. This is the scene. We got people across, we got the NYPD across the street, we got pedestrians on the west side. And we are at 30th and 6th. There's a small march up here. I'm not going up there, I don't want to get corralled into it. I'm keeping a safe distance so that I can maneuver and do the best reporting. If I get penned into a crowd, I won't be able to move and really tell what's going on the ground here. So that's the report. I'm going to sign off here and keep watching the channel. There's previous video of what happened. You'll see that previously, before now, there was an attempt to hold a much larger protest march up and down the street, and the white-shirted officers came over and started directing everyone to the east side. I've got some video of that, and then when that was taken care of, so people thought, there were just people walking along the west side that didn't have signs, and the police can't really do anything. They have to allow that. It's not a demonstration if you're just walking up and down the sidewalk, because nobody knows what you're doing. You're just walking. And then up from behind, I turned and I saw a march of people coming and chanting, "We are the 99%. And so then, that's when the west side, again, became another part of the avenue where people were protesting what the NYPD didn't want to happen. And they've since been following us with about 8 to 10 police vans, I'd say, all with lights on, I guess ready to make arrests if anything would happen, or headed down to Times Square for whatever is possibly going to transpire there. It's getting cooler. It was a beautiful, nice day, but as we make our way down there, and it is 5 o'clock, and we were supposed to be down there to converge by now at 5 o'clock, but there are so many people that the NYPD cannot move the crowd, or the crowd cannot move because the NYPD is controlling traffic, trying to control traffic, and we've still got 12 blocks to go at least until we start to enter the district area where Times Square is at. And that's the story right now on the ground here. Everything, for the most part, peaceful, but I'd say that individuals are probably getting tired. It's been a long, full day of resistance, with people participating in a global day of action. And a lot of the people who are seeing this demonstration are not hearing a lot of people really lash out in such a way to indicate that they don't support the protesters. I mean, a number of them are upset that they can't move and they want to go someplace, but and now it's getting windier. So that's the report, and I'll check back in here when we get to Times Square, or if something else happens that requires a quick report. Thank you.